and just watched the video.
Okay, all right.
It's
Okay,
better than I usually do.
that's good. We're just trying to figure out where to go from here. Um, we're live now, so it looks like we're good.
Yeah.
Well, let me show you what I got if you want me to share.
Yeah, if you would, that'd be great. I think we can probably just go through the steps, maybe not actually complete them, but just at least read them and discuss what we need to do.
I mean, I got a good ways into it. I'm just not sure I'm doing it the right way. So,
Okay.
so I went. You guys see everything there?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, so sales data. Let's click on that.
Yeah, let's start there.
So that's where I did all my VLOOKUP stuff. Was in the sales data. So you got base price. You had to fill out.
Mm-hmm.
So I did a VLOOKUP in the sales data.
Mm-hmm.
So it refers back to this one.
Yep.
The information is where you get your array.
Yeah. So that's my array. So I got my VLOOKUP or sales data for D6, which is,
Be the plan, right?
and
Yeah,
I chose the plan right next door to it. So I just VLOOKUP for D6, so the plan next to it, and I did not anchor that, so it moved on down as I did it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I referred to the data on the information sheet. That was my data.
Mm-hmm.
And then I anchored that, so that wouldn't move as I moved down. And I said number 2 for the base price. So 1, 2, second column, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I put false like it told us, or else you get looking all over the place if you say true or don't leave anything.
Mm-hmm.
So then I copied that on down, and that pulled in all the base prices.
Perfect.
Looks good.
So then on discount, did the same thing. I referred to the house plan on the VLOOKUP.
Mm-hmm.
And then I referred to the array again, but I was looking at column 3, which is the percentage of discount.
Yep.
Okay. Times, I did a sum of these two, E6 and F6. And I did not anchor those either, so it would move down as I went.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So copy that on down. Then, of course, net price is just an equal to the 2 minus the discount. Base option minus discount, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have to do a VLOOKUP there.
Nope, just a formula.
So then the cost of sales, of course, is the net price.
Well, I think that was already
that's given. That was given. That's
given.
right. I'm forgetting what's given since I got it all filled out.
I know, yeah.
And then, so the gross margin is the difference between the net price and the cost of sales. And then the gross margin percentage, of course, is the gross margin divided by the net price. So I've got all those in there, just copied down.
Mm-hmm.
So that filled out that thing. So
yes. So moving on to the summary.
So I went back to summary sheet, and I created the 3 charts here.
Mm-hmm.
The monthly location and plan charts.
Yep.
So by the month, I just copied over January, February, March, total sales, gross margin, and gross margin percentage. Here's where I wasn't sure if I was doing it right. I just summed what was back on here. So I summed the total of that column and that column and that column for each one, instead of totaling those columns and just copying or referring to a single slot. That's where I wasn't sure if I was just going the X too far. Because I could have, which I did first, I went down here and put totals for all those ones at the bottom. And I could have just referred to that cell only rather than, because that is just the sum of all the cells above.
Well, that would be for all 3 months. So that would work for your totals.
Yeah, that was for the totals. Yeah, well, wait a minute. Nope, never mind. I just led you wrong. Then I made copies of that data. Sorry. Let's go back.
Yeah.
And I made copies of that data and divided it up by months here so that I could go over and refer to each month. So I could either gone here and done a total under each of the separate months. I couldn't think of how to do a VLOOKUP this way.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out, is if they wanted us to do a VLOOKUP for the charts.
Yeah. So I couldn't think of a way to do it.
I wonder if they wanted us to do. I mean, we are not. Are we incorporating things that we did in Mini Project 5, like, for example, the if statements, and doing those and calculating off of?
Well, yeah, I guess we're supposed to build upon what we already know. So we could say if this cell equals January.
But, I mean, we've already got them broken up, so it kind of defeats the purpose if we're not changing on the front page of, oh, we want to know January, or, you know, we want to know February now, or we want to know March now. We're actually wanting to know all 3 of them at the same time. So maybe it just defeats the purpose to do an if statement.
Well, yeah.
Just talking out loud here.
Is a sum statement just as easy as an if statement in this case? I guess is the question you have to ask.
So.
You know, you're trying to find the easiest way to create a sheet that's fastest way, I guess, or whatever you want to call it. So
well, and it talked about in the video creating 3 duplicate of information so that you could pull from each of them. Yeah,
so you could either manipulate or pull each one differently. So and that's what I did. I made 3 sets of the data. Then I went down here, and here's the data again. But I didn't really use it. I mean, I did just because it told me to. I didn't have to. So that's where I got lost a little bit, where I just went to doing sums.
Okay.
So on my summary sheet, it's just the sum of the sales data of a certain section of that chart.
Okay. You know? Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. But does that, what about your gross margin? Did you use?
Gross margin, of course, yeah, I did the sum of the certain amount of sale, or the average. I did average in the gross margin one.
So for the gross margin, wouldn't you just calculate that gross margin right there off of your gross margin divided by the net sales?
Yeah, that's what it says in the.
Instead of taking an average off of your sales data sheet.
Yeah, should I just do it right from this sheet?
Those 2 cells right there, yeah.
So yeah, you just do gross sales is the middle column divided by the first column.
So this equals
D divided by C. Yep.
That'll give you the.
Yep.
Is that what you guys would do? I mean,
that's what I would do.
Yeah, just because
the data's already there.
That's what it says in the instructions.
Then you copy it down, right?
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, that'd work.
And that is faster than what I was doing. Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. So then the next one here, this location, I've got the locations here.
Communities.
And you have to do the same thing. So I was going to go back. I hadn't got to that yet. I was going to go back here and sort by location on one of these charts, I guess, the next one down. So I was going to get a filter going. Let's see.
Oh, I see. So I'm just wondering if the reason why they're wanting us to do 3 separate charts is because that'll mess with the formulas if we try to do it on the same one and sort it.
Yeah, so if I go here now on the next one, which I haven't done anything to.
Yeah.
go
When
to-
it's no bueno when you have formulas and you're sorting. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
So
Okay, that makes sense.
Then I'll stick a filter on there and go by.
Those formulas will stay in those cells, and then it's different
Right.
data in the cells.
Yeah, different values.
Yeah.
That
I
makes
had
sense.
that issue. Well, it was actually on my exam that happened. I fixed it before I turned it in, but I noticed it, and yeah, you never want to have formulas and then sort it off of that.
That is a good lesson to learn.
So I'm going to filter whatever by community alphabetically, I guess. So that at least puts it in order, and then I can break it up and take my data off of it, I guess, like I did the first one.
Yep.
And then on the last one, what was it supposed to be? It's supposed to be by
the plan.
The plan. So there's
Plan.
1, 2, 3.
Sales by plan.
So if I come down to my last copy here, do another filter, right? Filter on by, come on, filter. There we are. House plan. If I go alphabetically again, at least breaks it up into chunks.
Yep.
I couldn't think of any other way besides that way is my, and then I'm just going to go through and select those cells to do my summary off of. Unless I total them and just refer to a single cell, you know, that's where I'm going back to that again. So I don't know. There
are better ways to do that. We just haven't learned them yet.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, I was going to say the if then maybe statements, like you said, we could.
It is an if statement. It's a combination, and I think the better way to do that is it's a count if statement. I actually used a count if on my mini project 5, which I probably shouldn't have, but I put one in there. But yeah, and I'm sure that's probably next week, I assume, or within the next couple of weeks, we'll learn those.
Yeah.
VLOOKUP's by far my favorite formula in Excel, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No.
So I have a question. I tried doing a VLOOKUP for the tables, and it gave me a not applicable error.
For the table?
So like what I did
on the summary page or on the sales?
Yeah, on the summary page. So what I did was actually.
You wanna share and let's look at it?
Well, I can't because my camera's on a different computer.
Mac person.
I know. Yeah, but I'll just explain. So I tried doing on the if you'll go to your charts on your summary sheet and go down to the plan. So for that Cheyenne Mountain, I tried doing VLOOKUP. Do you want to put it in there next to Cheyenne Mountain?
So
right there. So equals VLOOKUP. And then I did that B7 or B20, the one right next to it.
To the left of it. The name. Okay.
Yep. And then I did a comma. And then I took from the sales data, I think I started on the net price.
So okay. So you started on the net price and then went to where?
And I took all the information from that.
So just the net price of the gross margin?
Yeah. So my array was like, everything to the right and down.
So yeah, so you have to have your array has to include your communities.
Oh, right. Is that why?
So that's where it has to start. So it would
Okay.
in this instance, if
Yeah,
we're
you're
looking at data screen, you would have to start it from D and go all the way over to K.
You're right. Let me see if that.
So, but the issue with that is it'll only find like
One
so
of
for
them.
example, if you're looking up Cheyenne Mountain, it's not going to find all Cheyenne Mountains and calculate them together. It's only
Yeah.
going to find one and then spit out whatever one it finds first.
Yeah, that's what I tried for a while there too. And then I tried to count A to see if
Okay.
it would count A of all Cheyenne or something. And then VLOOKUP it, but it wouldn't do that either. So
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, I played with that a little while too, trying to do.
Because I think the formula is going to be the better formula. I want to say it's a count if formula. So basically, it's going to go find. So it's the combination of the count formula and an if statement. So it'll go find what you want it to find, but it won't find what you don't want it to find, and then it will count what you found.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, I think I'm probably just going to do the formulas. Just do the sorts and then the formulas.
The sorts and the sums and things, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Then
Yeah,
on this, yeah.
It sounds like that's what they want us to do.
Yeah, I gave a hint even for the pie chart. Says make 2 more copies of the information, you know, and which I only made copy of the pertinent information on mine, like the community and house. And then I just counted them. I sorted and counted them, you know. I did a count A of this section and you know, just to say I did a formula rather than hand counting them. So
Okay.
Nice.
and then I did that and did insert pie chart, you know, of
Okay.
that.
Okay.
And then I picked what I wanted to name it, you know.
And then you just cut the chart and paste it on the summary page?
Yeah, I cut and pasted it on the summary page. So, yeah. You know, you could either just say the name or like the one I chose, what was it? Let's go back summary page. Showed the name and the percentage. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Looks good.
I like that. I always like to see the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
and I haven't got to the point to doing, well, there is no accesses for these, right? So,
Nope.
in fact, I was being dumb. I went up here going, where's access? There's no access because there's no chart there. You know, bar graph, you know. So anyway, I just got to give it a name now, you know, whatever I want to, whatever it's supposed to be called here.
Mm-hmm.
And then do one for the other one.
So is there 3 total pie charts or just 2?
It's
just 2. The other one was
one for the number of homes by community and one by plan.
by plan, yeah.
Like number of plans?
Yeah, so here.
Number of homes that are in each specific
plan.
Mhm.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I don't think you're wrong to use the count function, because looking back through the instructions, it says use an Excel function to count the number of homes.
Oh, yeah.
Graph. So I think that might be what they're insinuating.
So there I just did count A and I highlighted all the Cheyennes and enter, and it gave me 4, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And, oh, no, actually I could do, no, I can't do.
Yeah.
I was thinking, can I do a VLOOKUP by the name and count it, you know? But no, I haven't got a chart going on here. Yeah.
I definitely need to keep practicing on the VLOOKUP.
I love that formula.
It's really great, but it's still kind of hard to conceptualize for me.
It's essentially if you have a unique identifier on two sheets and you want to know other information, so you want to transpose basically or transfer information from one sheet to another.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically what you're doing. Is so you're looking at the unique identifier on sheet 1, and it's going to find that unique identifier on sheet 2, and then basically
Put it in there for you.
giving you whatever cell you want
Mm-hmm.
in the array that you picked,
Mm-hmm.
based off of where it found your unique identifier.
Right.
Yeah, got to have a chart.
It becomes very handy when you're looking up a lot of data.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of going back and forth between sheets, or it'll look up. I mean, so I used to use a lot in my old job.
Uh-huh.
So, and I would be doing like between workbooks. So
Oh,
not only different sheets, but different entire workbooks.
wow.
So
Okay.
it'll go find a different workbook, unique identifier, give me the cells that I need in this sheet, so that I can have that information all ready to go.
That's cool. Yeah, that definitely, I
It's
can
a
see
huge
how
time
that's
saver.
very powerful. Yeah. Cool. Well, I think we've kind of gone through, I mean, obviously we'll get the standards of professionalism.
Yeah. All right, quick question.
Mhm.
I want to get rid of this chart that I just created. How do I delete it?
The delete button.
Yeah, you can just hit the delete button.
So if I just hit the
Then just hit delete.
Okay, I've been hitting the wrong button. Okay. All right. Some reason I had a brain cramp, couldn't figure out how to get rid of it. So,
No worries.
so there's my quantity one for, anyway.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah, for communities. Or
So
for the
just community, yeah, for the plans.
Yeah.
So I'll just fix that up, cut it and put it on the front.
Awesome.
Kind of thing. So
And then make it look pretty.
make it all look pretty.
Make it all look pretty.
How'd you guys do on your exams? You get your score back?
Yeah.